guys, how we doing tonight? Alright, man. How we doing tonight? November 2nd, 2021. Elections galore around the country. I'm not paying too much attention to Minnesota and Minneapolis or Virginia. Okay, I'm keeping it local tonight. Cities and suburbs here. Kenny B here. And, municipal elections generally bring out about 20% of voters. 20%, right? Because voting for the presidential election, it's so sexy, you know. But here back in your local elections, that's where it all starts. It's not corny, it's true. So welcome aboard here. Another quick video from Cities and Suburbs and yours truly. COVID update. The 7-day average in the city of Worcester, where we're still wearing masks, face coverings, because even though I put this silly thing on every day for you, it's not a mask. I still am who I am, okay? So it's not a masquerade party. Is it helping? Is it not? I mean, in Worcester, they have the mask mandate, and City Hall says we're not seeing that going anywhere anytime soon. Springfield, Massachusetts, which had a smaller city proportionally, but population-wise, but lifted their mask mandate because, and Springfield, Mass is very dense with the metropolitan area. So, but no mask required. Myself, I've been jabbed 3 times, and the 4th with the flu shot. So I don't know what else I need to do here, but I'm not making light of it. So 4 people in Worcester tonight are the municipal elections in Boston. One thing we do know about, and I do not usually watch the mayoral race in Boston, because it always goes to either an Italian white guy or an Irish white guy. What we can say this year in the city of Boston, first of all, let's get half of it out of the way. There will be a woman, female, what have you, okay? Someone that is not part of the good old boy network, like we have here in Worcester. We're gonna check in with that in a minute. But there will be a woman mayor, okay? Our appointed acting woman mayor, thank you. That just goes to show the former mayor that appointed the other dude to go to Washington. And oh my God, we need diversity, right? We need diversity. So there will definitely be a woman mayor, okay? Both who have, ethnic heritage beyond the United States. That's cool. So I'm paying attention to this. In Worcester, we have 4 individuals running for the mayor seat. And if you don't think the mayor really counts in Worcester, it does. The mayor's office influences a lot of legislation in Worcester. It does. But how the delivery and the style of the person in that office influences that position makes a big difference, And so this is really the first year that I've really been watching Worcester politics, because Worcester is changing as a city. And the current mayor is kind of wrapped around the development and the in the Polar Park region. I think there's some uh, linkage that needs to happen, which I did not hear of. Okay, so before I get ahead of myself, Mayor Joe Petty, incumbent, Donna Calorio, Bill Coleman, who is, again, this is the mayor's race, excuse me, and Peter Stefan, older gentleman, uh, started a PIP shelter, a really inner city guy. Probably not much chance of Mr. Stefan winning the mayor's race, but every single one of these candidates, I love them as far as their passion for the city. But I got to tell you, on a grassroots, Joe Petty, Mayor Joe Petty, nice job, but not sure where you're leading the city other than, holding the party line. Okay? Uh, Peter, Peter Stefan, obviously an older Worcester resident and very knowledgeable. But again, addressing the issues, we have to know how to get along in an economic climate and political climate. So Bill Coleman, perennial, and Donna Calorio. So all of them, Donna Calorio was very, is very, matter of fact, following what, I wrote this down and didn't feel, you know, uh, the emotional connectivity to people who are running, and that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. I mean, who do I feel like really? Wow, this, And if none of that happens, which none of that happened when I went and rewatched on Facebook the Worcester elections and the debates, particularly for mayor, I didn't feel, like, and we have the typical struggles. Okay, people who voted today were polled through the telegram.com. The issues, well, first of all, let's look at that. I did credit Mayor Joe Petty today, saying that, citing that Worcester is the fourth largest city in the Northeast right now. That's great. There's a lot of large cities, but that means it brings a heavy load, man, right? But the people who voted today cited education, the right to bear arms, people who voted, affordable housing, always an issue. That's another thing, we always talk about affordable housing. I'll get to that in a minute. Residential tax rate versus the commercial tax rate, which in Worcester right now, the residential tax rate per $100,000 is $16.28. The commercial tax rate, businesses, companies, pay $36.20 per $100,000. And people feel that the companies are getting a lot of the breaks. Okay? And, that's the whole balance in a big city. Companies want to, okay, we'll locate there, but it's not just because it's cheap, but do you have the workforce? Do you have, so it breaks all down to the education. Worcester has awesome colleges and, again, oh, sorry, Mr. Attitude fell down. He's here. He's feeling my passion. But companies and education, America is built on the schoolhouse. Bell ring, get up, they do this and do that, and but we need when you attract businesses, you have to have an educated workforce. And perception cannot be that, in this case, Worcester is this old mill town. And yes, we're 206,000 people. I get it. Strong. I question that number, by the way, and how many folks are actually 206,000 strong doing well. Let's go back. So residential tax, a school committee in Worcester, Maureen Benenda being, given the heave-ho. I read an article in a local newspaper, if you will, saying that it's called the White and West Side Worcester when it comes to school district. It's white and they're all represented from the West Side. And actually, Worcester got into a law dispute over the past year. And Worcester lost because they do not the city didn't look like, or was not represented by minority communities. So I don't know the details on that, but so we have all this stuff going on in the city of Worcester right now. We have the growth, and with growth comes pain and growing pains. And the other part is another Worcester voter said, when they went to the polls today, said, keeping Worcester clean. Keeping Worcester clean. I mean, absolutely. I mean, I am in Worcester every day. And, when I was a kid, it was glass all over the roads. Now they're plastic bottles. Not sure how to keep cities clean. Also, too, there's some personal ownership with all of this, and people feel that they're paying a lot of money for a service and they're not getting it. I get it, but that doesn't mean that absolves you from your personal responsibility as a citizen. It doesn't take much to keep your place clean, right? The stuff we throw on the side of the road. I've talked about this before. Pains of a growing city. So again, a big vote tonight. Stepping outside of Massachusetts. By the way, let me back up. We had awesome baseball tonight. I am going for the Braves, not just because they originated from Boston, but I don't know. I've just been, as far as a guy who has always loved baseball, the Braves have always had a part in my heart. So Astros have to win two, and the Braves have to win tonight. We don't want to see it come down to a game 7. I don't, anyway. I was going somewhere with that, but anyway, maybe I'll just leave you with that. Minnesota, yes, to restructure the police department, maybe because I thought that the Minnesota Twins someday, with the new open target field, which is freezing, we'll make it to a playoff game. Anyway, hey guys, if you voted today in any municipal election, thank you very flippin' much, because that's what it's all about, man. It's all about that. It is not about someone at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Thank you, good night.